All right. So once we have deployed this smart contract, we've obviously deleted the one that I was testing with. So all what we need to do is we need to just click on this arrow icon, and then it is going to expand all the functions that we have written in the smart contract. Now, notice that we've written the approve function. We've also written the transfer function, transfer from, allowance. We have the mappings. We've got a balancer function. Then we've got a balances mapping. Then we've got another one as decimals. So if I just go over here, so this is my public variable decimal. I'll explain why this is appearing here. Then we also have the founder, and then we've got name, so name, and then we've got symbol, so that's symbol that's coming from there, and then we've got total supply. So total supply is the public variable. So in Solidity, generally in programming languages, in object-oriented programming languages, when I declare a variable as public, it automatically gets a getter function, right? So this that you see on the left, I've deployed the smart contract. It's now on the blockchain, and using this, I can now start interacting with the functions and the public variables inside my smart contract. So you can see there are certain functions, and you can see these text boxes that are in front. This is where I can essentially pass parameters to these functions or variables that depending upon the read and write access. So this is where I essentially pass arguments to interact with my smart contract. All right. So yeah, so that's a quick intro there. And talking about, you may be thinking why we have balances and balances off. So balances off, if you look at balances off is essentially a function, and balances off takes an argument which is of type address, and it takes the account. So it's like your bank account. You give the account number, and he tells you, the cashier tells you how much balance you have in that account. So this balance of functions is essentially similar. You give the address of the account, which is that hex address, and it returns you the integer value of what the balance of that account is. So this is the balance of function. And if you look at the balances, where is the balances? So if I scroll up, if you look at balances, balances is essentially a mapping. So you give it an address, and it again returns you the balances inside that address. So you might question, why do we have these two, right? So two answers I would give you at this stage. One is that, what if I make this internal, or what if I make this private, right? So then you will not be able to see balances over here. So these are all the things that are public. These are all the things that are open, and you can use these to interact with your smart contract. But what if I make this variable, this mapping variable as private? Then it will not appear over here, and then you can't interact with it. Or if I make this internal, then also it will not appear. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is that this is the default implementation balances of ERC20 interface. So if I need to write an ERC20 smart contract, I need any wallet to know that it has these functions, MetaMask or any default wallet, because that is what these other standard wallets are looking for in an ERC20 token, that it should have these functions. So that's why I need balances off, right? So to answer your question, why there are two of these, I hope that that pretty much clears the air. So yeah, let's with that information, let's now jump on to our next lesson.